In 2022, a shocking tragedy came out of a town near the University of Idaho where 4 students were found brutally stabbed. But the question is this: what clues led investigators to finally make an arrest? And where does the case stand today? In this video, we'll walk you through the key moments in this investigation step by step. Watch until the end, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Timeline of events: off-campus murders. On November 13th, 2022, a horrific discovery was made in Moscow, Idaho. 4 University of Idaho students were found brutally stabbed in their off-campus home, a home where 3 of them lived together. The victims, young and full of life, were identified as Ethan Chapin from Washington, Madison Mogen from Idaho, Zana Kernodle from Arizona, and Kaylee Goncalves, also from Idaho. Police press conference. Just 2 days after the tragic discovery, the Moscow Police Department shared a detail. The killer had used an edged weapon such as a knife in the brutal attack. Yet, even with this clue, the actual murder weapon remained missing. Cause of death. On November 17th, 2022, the Latah County Coroner's Office released an update that the 4 students had likely been asleep when the attack began, struck with a large knife. Some of them had defensive wounds, showing they fought desperately to protect themselves. Tracing the victims' final steps. On November 18th, 2022, police shared an aerial map detailing where the victims had been on the night of November 12th, 2022, and in the early hours of November 13th, 2022. Kaylee Goncalves and Madison Mogen had spent the night at the Corner Club from 10 p.m. to 1:30 a.m., and then made a quick stop at a food truck around 1:40 a.m. Meanwhile, Ethan Chapin and Zana Kernodle had attended a Sigma Chi fraternity party from 8 to 9 p.m. and returned home at about 1:45 a.m. The hunt for a suspect. By November 19th, 2022, investigators had zeroed in on the timeline, but the search for a suspect continued. They confirmed that the driver who brought Kaylee Goncalves and Madison Mogen home that night was not involved in the crime. Others cleared. The next day, detectives cleared a few more people. They stated that the surviving roommates and friends who had been at the house around the time of the murders were also not considered suspects. Stacy Chapin, mother of Ethan, shared a message that struck everyone deeply. The most important thing we can do is spend as much time as possible with those we love. A potential clue. On December 7th, 2022, police announced a new lead that could be a game changer. They were looking to talk to the driver of a white 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra seen near the crime scene on the night of the murders. This car was spotted close to the house and might hold crucial answers. Later on, the search widened to include Elantras from 2011 to 2016, opening up even more possibilities. Traffic stop. On December 15th, 2022, a state trooper's body cam recorded a white Hyundai Elantra being pulled over not once but twice in Indiana for traffic violations. The driver was 28-year-old Bryan Kohberger, traveling with his father as they headed from Washington State University to Pennsylvania for winter break. Court documents released. On January 5th, 2023, new court documents were made public in the case against Bryan Kohberger. One witness described seeing a man who was 5'10" or taller, male, not very muscular, dressed in all black, and wearing a mask on the night of the murders. This witness noted that the figure walked toward the black sliding glass door before she quickly locked herself in her room. DNA found on a button snap of a leather knife sheath at the crime scene matched strongly with DNA collected from the trash at the Kohberger family home in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania. This piece of evidence provided a crucial link between Kohberger and the scene of the crime. Investigators believe the horrific murders took place between 4 a.m. and 4:25 a.m. on that fateful night. Interestingly, Kohberger had applied for an internship with the Pullman Police Department. In his application essay, he expressed an interest in helping rural law enforcement improve how they collect and analyze technological data. Further digging into Kohberger's movements, investigators found that his phone stopped reporting a signal at 2:47 a.m. and didn't reconnect until 4:48 a.m. Fast forward to January 12, 2023, when Kohberger appeared in court. A preliminary hearing was scheduled for June 26th, but he waived his right to a speedy preliminary hearing, allowing his defense team more time to prepare. On May 5, 2023, newly released body camera footage revealed that he was pulled over by campus police. On May 17, 2023, the case took another major step forward when a grand jury indicted Kohberger on 4 counts of first-degree murder and felony burglary. Judge enters not guilty pleas on Kohberger's behalf. A few days later, on May 22nd, during his arraignment, a judge entered a not guilty plea on Kohberger's behalf. Interestingly, Kohberger remained silent when the judge asked how he pleaded, raising eyebrows in the courtroom. A DNA match. Fast forward to June 21st, 2023, when new court documents revealed a crucial DNA match. A DNA sample taken from Kohberger showed a near-exact match to the DNA found on a knife sheath at the crime scene. This evidence was particularly powerful as the DNA from the sheath had already been compared to samples collected from the trash outside his family home in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania. A subsequent cheek swab from Kohberger allowed investigators to make a more direct DNA comparison, sealing the connection. Prosecutors to pursue the death penalty. By June 26th, prosecutors announced their intention to pursue the death penalty against Kohberger for the brutal murders. Defense questions: validity of knife sheath DNA. On August 18, 2023, Bryan Kohberger's defense team raised questions about the DNA found on a knife sheath at the crime scene. This DNA is a critical piece of evidence linking him to the murders of the 4 University of Idaho students. The defense attorneys pressed for more information from prosecutors regarding the DNA analysis. Prosecutors, however, insisted they had provided all available information. The judge denied the defense's request to delay the trial, keeping it on track for its scheduled start in October. Trial postponed. Just a few days later, on August 23, 2023, the trial faced another twist. Kohberger's trial, originally set to begin on October 2nd, was postponed. During an appearance in Latta County Court, Kohberger waived his right to a speedy trial, indicating that his attorney, Ann Taylor. On June 27, 2024, a significant update emerged in the case against Bryan Kohberger, as a district court judge announced a trial date set for June 2025. On October 10, 2024, another update came through in the case against Bryan Kohberger, as his trial date was pushed back to August 11, 2025. The trial will now run through November 7, 2025, according to a scheduling order from the state of Idaho. Originally set to start in June 2025, this delay adds to the ongoing anticipation surrounding the case. That's all for now. To keep up with the latest developments in this case, make sure to subscribe to our channel.